Hello, I'm Stephen Winters, and I want to show you my garden this year. This is the first year I really got serious about gardening, and I want to show you some of the results of my kind of a pipe structure, intending to put a cover on it, but that never got any further than that. But along with this, we made a U-shaped raised bed, and this year anyway it's about a total of about 8 feet wide and 12 feet long, I think. And see, that's the extent of it right there. And I'll show you the peppers I've got this year. Here's some darker peppers. I don't remember the varieties, but I got several different types over at the Master Gardener sale at Vickery Hall. And I'm pretty happy with the amount of peppers I've got. In previous years I never did very well. And then I only planted a few Swiss chard. And then there was some of my kale here, and then there's some lettuce. This year I had, for the first time, I got an artichoke. And I got 2 artichoke plants at the same time. They were both the same size at the time. And there you can see the compare the two. The big one I planted probably within a week or so when I got it. I didn't know quite where I'd put it, but I ended up putting it here. And the smaller one I was going to put it out front, but I never got around to it. Several weeks passed and I finally had to plant it, so I planted it, but the roots were all bound up. But you can see, even though it's been in the ground quite a while, both of them, the little one has just stayed small. It's almost like I did made a miniature of it. And this is the first year I've done artichokes. And so you can see those, an artichoke plant there, and an artichoke, the little one there, and down inside here you can see a little one coming out here, a little one growing here. And so I'm pretty pleased with the way that's coming. I also planted some kohlrabi, which is these plants here. This is the first year I planted them. Oh, here's a weed. I'll get rid of this. These were arugula. In the previous years that I've made, I planted the garden, I would just plant the seeds in the ground and I just put a sprinkler on them. And I got tolerable results, but nothing great. This year I actually have been watering 3 times a day. I've used this nozzle. I attached it to a control up here, but down here it can put out a lot of water at very little pressure. And as I watered my plants, I kept the leaves dry and I put it down at the bottom. And with just water at the base right there, keeping the leaves dry. And the same thing with the artichoke. Now I'm saving the second part of my garden until now. Now you see at the side of this, where my lawn used to be, I have planted a combination of squash, cucumbers, and honeydew melons. Now this plant here is delicata squash. Now looking inside, we can see here's one right down here. And I think there's another one right over here. You can kind of get an idea what they look like. Now this plant here is yellow squash, and you can see some of the squash I haven't picked yet. There's one here and there's one here. I've got quite a lot of squash off of this one. And this over here is zucchini. You know, it's quite a large plant. I don't think I have any. I think I picked them. Oh, here's one. Here's one right here. Quite a large one. That's ready to pick. It's past ready to pick. And then some of them did not come off. And then there was another yellow squash plant here. And you see it's got the yellow squash over here, and some of these are ready to pick. So I had these for the cucumber plants. You can find where they are by looking for the tomato cages. There's one there, and there's one in the red ones here, and there's one in the orange ones. Now going further out, these are the honeydew melons. Now you can see I have one growing right here, and there's another one right here, and I haven't planted them. Now to water these honeydews, I went right to the base, right to the roots, and just gave them lots of water. That's the only place I watered, is right at the roots. And the other honeydew melon I put in a cage over, and there I am watering its base. Now the very last one I'm going to show you is the sweetmeat squash that I planted. I'm just amazed at how it did. I planted two plants. One was right about there, and the other one was right about over there. And as you can see, that one went way over there. I chopped off the end of it, although I keep going. And the one that's right base here, it went way over here, and it went the side of my shed. And it would have went way around down there, but I chopped it off so it would stop growing that way. Now, see, there were a couple others. There was one big squash here, and there's another one there. And here is that squash. I've noticed that with the zucchini and the yellow squash, which are over there, they put all the squash very close together. But the sweetmeats, they kind of spread out large areas and put one here and there. They're quite a long ways apart. That's the first time I've ever grown them, but I never realized how much space they would take. But as you take a look at, now I've climbed on top of a house so I can get an overview of the garden. Here you can see what the whole garden looks like. I'll zoom in here so show up a little better. There are both the two melons I showed you earlier. Now, as you can see, that's our one fence over here, one particular property, and the growth. When I first planted the seedlings in the garden, I took some just potting soil or something and mixed it with the soil of the ground and made it very wet. I dug the hole with the hose and the spray nozzle, so it made a very sloppy, wet mess. It mixed it all together. Then I planted that in the garden. Other than that, the only thing I've done is to water the garden 2 or 3 times a day during the hot day. I was very consistent about that. I didn't really know what I was doing to start with, but I just felt like I should water it frequently. And so watering it the 2 and 3 times a day, 3 times a day for quite a while, had given me astounding results. I have not used any pesticides, insecticides, or any other type of fertilizer on it, just that at the beginning and then lots of water.